Now on your news at 6, a pool competition returns to the Quad Cities. The latest on the Midwest 8-Ball Championships and its impact on our economy.
We're seeing a lot less severe illness, a lot fewer deaths per infection.
Health experts say we may see the light at the end of the COVID tunnel. This even as hospitalizations and case counts in our area continue to break records. And bringing together cultures from all over the world, we'll have a look at the Quad Cities event hosted by Kinna's House of Love. Your top story tonight, Galesburg police say one person was killed and 2 others are in the hospital after a shooting early this morning. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Monserricosa. Police say they found multiple victims at the 1500 block of McKnight Street around 4:30 this morning. One man was found dead from a gunshot wound. 2 other shooting victims were taken to the hospital. The victims' identities are not being released yet, and police believe all suspects are in custody. The shooting is under investigation. If you know anything, you are asked to contact the Galesburg Police Department or Crime Stoppers. We'll update this story both on air and online as more details become available. Davenport police are investigating a bank robbery at the Family Credit Union on Jersey Ridge Road just before 5 yesterday afternoon. Police say a suspect entered the bank demanding money from a teller and reportedly leaving with an unknown amount of cash. This is an active investigation, and anyone with information is asked to contact the Davenport Police Department at the number on your screen. Moline police have arrested a man for attempted murder along with several other charges after finding a victim who was severely beaten with bolt cutters. Police say it happened just after midnight at the 900 block of 40th Street Court yesterday. Police got a call from a neighbor saying a man entered their home. That's where they found Brian Allison and took him into custody. He's charged with attempted murder, 2 counts of aggravated battery, and criminal trespass. He's being held on a $100,000 bond. The Rock Island Fire Department responded to a house fire Friday night near the 3600 block of 9th Street. The fire was brought under control in about 45 minutes. No one was in the home and no injuries were reported. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Taking a turn to the weather tonight, as we got quite a treat with the amount of sunshine we got today. So while it's down now, we still had plenty to enjoy throughout the day. And Alexis, it even felt a little bit like spring with all that sun, even though we were in the 20s.
I know. It's just the little things, anything we can get as we are into the winter months for right now. Actually, we saw those temperatures back into the 20s. A couple of us even saw the low 30s earlier today. For right now in the Quad Cities, we're sitting at 24 degrees. We have temperatures into the teens farther to the north in Dubuque, Maquoketa, as well as Galena. 27 degrees is that current temperature for Kewanee and Mount Pleasant, and 25 degrees right now for Galesburg. Getting into the rest of this evening, we won't actually see our temperatures changing all that much. Still in for those low to mid 20s, even as we start early Sunday. Then we start to take a bit of a drop. You're seeing that by 8 o'clock we'll be into the low teens. Now overnight, we also are expecting some snow. So a first alert day will be in effect for the light to moderate snowfall. This is going to be for the northern half of the viewing area. This will start for most of us around 9 o'clock tonight, and this will run through 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. For right now, there's that system bringing with it some heavier snowfall as of right now for La Crosse area. As we take a closer look to us, you're going to see it closer to Anamosa and starting to get into Dubuque County. This keeps moving through into this evening as well as overnight, but we could be looking at a couple of inches, especially farther to the north. So I'll keep tracking those snowfall totals coming up.
Happening this weekend, the regional championships for a popular bar game are going on in the Quad Cities right now. Since Wednesday, about 900 pool players poured into the River Center in downtown Davenport for the American Q Sports Midwest 8-Ball Championships. This is the 6th year the organization is holding the championships at this venue. One competitor says he's glad to be back in the QC competing this year.
There's several downtown businesses that are really close to this area that we like to frequent, several bars, restaurants that are great food. The organizers of the events are continuing to improve and try to get better each year. The competition level is very high, and it's just good atmosphere for pool.
The competition runs through tomorrow afternoon. You'll hear more about the economic impact of the tournament to the Quad Cities tonight at 10. About a dozen countries and their cultures are being celebrated today at the LULAC Center. Kenna's House of Love is hosting the Multicultural Love Fest this weekend with an emphasis on the different cultures in the Quad Cities and how to respect them. Students from all over the world shared their stories, and musicians from Togo and Scotland performed at the event. Organizers say it's exciting to celebrate such diversity in the area.
Knowing more about other cultures makes us a stronger group of individuals, and we need to continue to listen and to learn.
You can still enjoy this event as it continues tonight until 8 and tomorrow from 1 to 5 p.m. On to the COVID latest now. The U.S. is seeing progress in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic. More than 63% of Americans are now fully vaccinated, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And the Omicron variant has shown to cause less severe illness than Delta. But health officials stress the virus still poses a threat. John Lawrence reports.
COVID-19 has been a dominant factor in everyday life for the past 2 years, ranging from mask wearing in public to lengthy hospital stays. But some health officials say that might change in the not too distant future.
We see fewer and fewer people who've never dealt with one form or another of the virus that causes COVID before. And because of that, we're seeing a lot less severe illness, a lot fewer deaths per infection.
The number of confirmed cases versus hospitalizations in the U.S. has also dropped since November, according to data from Johns Hopkins University and the Department of Health and Human Services.
We have so many more tools now compared to 2020 or 2021, and we're also dealing with, thankfully, a milder variant with the Omicron variant.
Among those tools, booster shots, which one CDC study found are 90% effective at preventing hospitalizations.
We're talking about somewhere between a cold and the flu is where Omicron falls if you are vaccinated and boosted.
Doctors say the bottom line remains. The sooner more people get vaccinated, the sooner the world can get the upper hand on the pandemic.
People have just chosen not to be vaccinated, and that's their choice, and we will continue to provide their care. But the ones who are not vaccinated are the ones who are flocking to the hospitals right now, and that's creating the problem.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
COVID-19 hospitalizations are down roughly 11% in the Northeast from a peak last week and down 6% in the Midwest, according to data from the Department of Health and Human Services. However, hospitalizations are on the rise in the West and parts of the South. In Illinois, the state reported just over 14,000 new cases this week for a total of 2,773,000 since the start of the pandemic. 746 people died this week, and over 6,000 are in the hospital with the virus. This week in Rock Island County, there have been over 1,500 new cases and 16 deaths. The positivity rate is shockingly high. The state's warning level is 8%. This county is nearly at 27. Health officials say this is partly due to the holidays and the newest variants. They say nonetheless, this is all very concerning.
We look at hospitalizations and deaths as two lagging indicators of infection. So cases go up first, and then hospitalizations go up first, and then several weeks later, deaths go up. And so we're not surprised by these death numbers because that's been the pattern of the pandemic.
In Iowa, we're seeing COVID-19 hospitalizations grow at the fastest rate since the beginning of the pandemic. State data updated on Wednesday shows Iowa surpassed 1,000 hospitalizations this week. The CDC shows Iowa's 7-day moving average is about 5,400. This is the highest rate ever, passing the previous high from November of 2020. 116 more people died this week. Starting today, travelers entering the U.S. at land ports of entry and ferry terminals are required to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The Department of Homeland Security announced Thursday that this would apply to all non-U.S. citizens at the Mexico and Canada borders. The restrictions will not apply to U.S. citizens, permanent residents, or U.S. nationals. Today marks the 49th anniversary of the Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade decision. The landmark ruling established the right to abortion to women in every state. This anniversary comes as the U.S. Supreme Court is currently considering a Mississippi law which, if upheld, would overturn Roe and allow states to further restrict access to abortion services. Vice President Kamala Harris says she's pledging to remain firm in ensuring the country is not, quote, pushed backwards on women's reproductive rights.
Roe v. Wade gave women the ability to control their own bodies, to plan their own families, to determine their own futures. Roe v. Wade advanced women's equality, and that case saved women's lives.
Former Vice President Mike Pence spoke at the National Pro-Life Summit in Washington, D.C. today, saying America may be on the verge of a new era when the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. He says the next battlefield for anti-abortion activists might be in state legislatures.
When the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade, and I believe that day will come, it won't come as a surprise to anyone. It'll be the culmination of a 50-year journey whose course and destination have been set by the moral compass and the will of the American people.
A spokesperson for Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker also made a statement on the anniversary today, saying in part, quote, access to safe and legal reproductive care is a human right. As states throughout this country attempt to enact harsh abortion bans on women's bodies and threaten the legacy of Roe, Illinois will continue to be a beacon for those seeking safe reproductive care. Continuing coverage now, local and federal officials are now calling last weekend's hostage situation at a Texas synagogue an act of terrorism. The FBI provided an update on their investigation into the hostage situation yesterday.
We believe that he committed an act of terror based on an anti-Semitic worldview in order to secure the release of a convicted terrorist. That's what we believe. That's what we believe was his motive.
They say the suspect who died at the scene committed an act of terrorism and a federal hate crime. Still ahead tonight at 6, a local organization is helping keep people warm as these January temperatures get even colder. The program to get more people into winter gear is after the break.
And today's high temperatures were closer to normal. Some of us even saw high temperatures into the low 30s. Slight cool down for tomorrow, as well as a couple of snow chances tonight and tomorrow night. I'm tracking that in my full forecast just next.